And welcome to our, what we're calling our final meeting. So earlier this morning, business, right? Earlier this morning, we had a DocuSign circulated across all of the members of our working group. So if you have not already discovered an email from Leslie Francione at CCAT as DocuSign, please go into your inbox and or spam and find that email and electronically sign. This is the cover letter slash on the submittal. So thank you very much for everyone who's worked with us electronically over the last several weeks with Jeff and I to, present our final reports. I'll apologize in advance that I'm just popping in from another meeting. So Jeff, I'm gonna turn to you to see if you wanted to, kind of guide the meeting and our discussion. We have Senator Hartley and also Rep. Curry on the line. So we'll see if, and also Paul Lavoie, right? So many of our key focus leaders of this initiative, also Beatrice and Ron. So I won't ramble and I'll turn the floor over to Jeff.
That's fine. Again, the report has been finalized, so I didn't have a lot to say either. I will open the floor up to comments to any of the members and see if you have any feedback last moment. But as Jackie said, we'll include the submittal letter, and so that will be the DocuSign from Leslie. And so please look for that. But we can discuss anything you'd like. Go ahead, Beatrice.
Yeah, before we start, I just wanted to first of all thank all the members for participating over these several months, more than 1 year, on helping us put together this document. This has definitely been a journey and a lot of hard work. Particularly, I wanted to recognize the work that Jeff and Jackie put together on getting a document that reads quote excellent, putting together everybody's comments and dealing with sometimes getting people moving from being really, really tired and keep going. So I just wanted to recognize this has been definitely a work of love for both institutions, but particularly for Jackie and for Jeff. So just wanted to thank them for their work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love the emojis.
I'm trying.
Jeff and Jackie, I think Senator Hartley had their hand up for a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Senator Hartley.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks, Chris. So I just wanted to echo the words of Beatrice. Hold on a minute, I'm getting a little messed up myself. This has been an arduous task. I am most encouraged by the incredible participation over the long haul. The intent was that this would be industry-centric, industry-led, and the outcome, in fact, would be of industry recommendations and input. So we are there at that final meeting, and I just want to recognize all of the members who participated and took such an amazing amount of time out, and in particularly the core team, which in addition to our regular meetings met in between, and then of course the work of CCAT and CONSTEP headed up by Jackie and Jeff, who put in incredible number of countless hours. Look, it's not, we are not in a perfect world place, but I think what has been accomplished has been vital and important, and will scale on to the next iteration, if you will. We in the legislature, and I'm pleased to have had the work and the expertise of the co-chair of the Commerce Committee, Jeff Curry, who has been so so vital in this. And I look forward to continuing to have his presence as we move on. Next steps, of course, as we've mentioned, there will be a legislative manufacturing caucus. It is primary to how we begin to craft and structure the 2023 legislative agenda going forward from the Commerce Committee and then on to the House, Senate. And we have the benefit of the calendar for the session, which happens to be the long calendar at this particular year, to continue to refine and perfect this work and also the legislative manufacturing agenda. So not to take any more time, I've taken too much, but to say thank you personally and professionally to all of the members and our core team. My gratitude. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator. I think, Paul, you'd like to follow up on that, please?
Sure, I would. Thank you, Jackie. And really would like to thank Representative Curry and Senator Hartley for your support and your encouragement through this process as well. Very, very important. And of course, Jackie and Jeff for continuing to move this project along. I have the distinction of actually participating in this in two different roles. So as a manufacturer, and then I was your chief manufacturing officer. And the timing of this report is perfect because we will be presenting the strategic plan for manufacturing for the state of Connecticut in February to the legislature as well. So this will tie nicely into that strategic plan as one of the main pillars of our strategy is the acceleration of the adoption of innovation in the manufacturing ecosystem. So it's all starting to come together very nicely. And again, this work is going to really enhance the strategic planning process and really be able to help us get our arms around what we need to do to continue to advance the adoption of Industry 4.0 technology in the manufacturing supply chain. So thank you to everybody. And again, perfect timing. This is going to be really great. So I appreciate it.
Thanks for that, Paul. And Rep. Curry, I'll turn the floor over to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Everybody has kind of thanked everybody. I think that needs to be thanked, so I won't repeat that. I just want to truly give a shout out and thanks to my co-chair, Senator Hartley, for her continued kind of push and leadership on this issue and her willingness to really drive this home for a number of our members who aren't as in tuned as they likely should be with the needs of you all and everything that comes with that. But I do look forward to continuing on as a member of the committee in the coming sessions and seeing what we can do to continue to further advance your priorities. So thank you.
Thanks for that. So as Jeff invited everyone, the collective, if there's any final thoughts that we want to be captured in perpetuity, right, as this is our final meeting being recorded. No need to thank anyone else, right? We've had a really phenomenal team and our gratitude for your steadfast commitment over these many months and looking forward very much so to having us continue to roll up our sleeves and work with Paul and the leadership across our state to just continue to drive this forward. So with that, I'll take a pause. Timely pull yourselves off mute or continue to raise your hands and we'll monitor the chat. And hearing nothing, that's cool too, because we're not going too far away from each other. So this is certainly a well-connected and well-knit group of individuals. So you don't need to stay on for too long. But someone that we didn't thank though was Ginger. So I wanted to, publicly acknowledge Ginger for all of your support and your colleagues that have also continued to work behind the scenes too. So
thanks so much, Jackie.
All right.
Maybe
Go
I
ahead.
just add one quick comment to everybody because I've been with everybody on this since the beginning and know how hard everybody's worked on it. As it does say at the end of the report, the legislation, was to create a process to move towards an i4.0 strategic plan, which I know all the good work and data in this report is being handed off to Paul. And I'm sure, Paul, that your intention is to keep the spirit of the motivation here for working with the small and mid-sized manufacturers in mind. And I know you'll keep in close contact with the CMC and others that other groups that involve small and mid-sized manufacturers to make sure that as this turns into legislation and gets to the various committees, we can be confident of strong support from that particular sector of the manufacturing community. So we wish you all the best of luck with that.
Thank you, Eric. And yeah, you're absolutely right. This is certainly the focus is on small to medium manufacturers as we look at the strategic planning process, but also the adoption of Industry 4.0 technologies across those manufacturing base.
And I want to thank Eric. Eric, you said you've been with us since the beginning, but you're actually with us since before the beginning, since you had a large role in crafting this legislation that created the working group. And we want to thank you for bringing us together and helping to focus on this important topic in Connecticut.
Thank you.
All right. So if there's nothing else, I think.
Hey, Jeff, I'll just.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I just might as well take the opportunity while Senator Hartley and Representative Curry are on the line with us. Is there any direct marching orders from here? I mean, we're all in the planning stages of the legislative session. We're starting to line things up. Paul certainly was a strategic plan, and I think we'd also be remiss about Paul, and there's several members of the MIF board on the call as well. It's a substantial contribution that they made going forward on programs coming out of the MIF. So the endeavor obviously is alive and well, but whether it's Senator Hartley or Representative Curry, what's the most impactful thing we could be doing in the next couple of weeks? I know we're probably all doing things separately, but is there a voice together as we go forward in the session and certainly in the planning time that we can do to help you guys, to support your efforts?
Ron, thanks very much for your presence, and along with the entire group. And to your question, so our next event, if you will be that manufacturing caucus, and I'm assuming that the i4.0 message report recommendation will be central to that caucus. Once again, we use that as the springboard in putting together what the legislative agenda is going to be. And so while the date hasn't been set because we are still in the process of identifying committee members, there will undoubtedly be some new members on the committee, some changes, and so the legislative caucus for manufacturing will probably be the first kind of event that we will be dealing with this subject. So I'm thinking that if you all can, and there will be certainly notice, hopefully ample notice, be present and perhaps work amongst yourself on and with all of the various entities, the CMC, we try to have manufacturing come together under one umbrella, if you will, but and that has happened in large part, but there are still a number of entities, and we want to get them all together. We want one voice, and then we will do what we've done in the past, and that is prioritize an agenda and then begin to telegraph and share that agenda with the General Assembly at large to once again, advance manufacturing on a prioritization in terms of what we've got to get done working with the CMO so that we have a unified front and we have real outcomes.
Yes, and I was going to add that, now that we're have final report and things are done, Jackie and I are in a position to present to CMC and to the legislative committees and manufacturing caucus as needed. Mike adding in the Southwest Connecticut RSP, we're out there to communicate the recommendations, requirements, and results we've got from this committee. So we're certainly available for that. And then I just added, in case anybody has any questions on the DocuSign, I added in the chat Leslie's email so that you have someone to reach out to. I know there was someone thought they had a question, it went away, but in case anybody else did, I put her email in the chat. All right, so if we're all good, I'd like to say thank you, and we'll conclude our final meeting. Hopefully we'll see each other all again soon and continue this journey and push Industry 4.0 in Connecticut.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good holidays, everyone. Best.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays.